everyone. I'm Bob Haggerty. Welcome to W.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to beautiful, historic Amici Field for tonight's game between the ITA
Trail
and your Kenosha
comes to
Tremper
Amici
Soldiers.
Field to take on Kenosha
Glad you could join
Tremper.
us tonight.
2-1 Indian Trail, 0-3 Kenosha Tremper. The name of the game has to be offensive and defensive line. The winner of those on both sides of the ball will have the W tonight. As we get ready, we see that good field positions, I should say good field conditions, as saw a number of the players. Indian Trail having a little more problem than Kenosha Tremper, and I believe they may have gone in and changed their cleats before the game began. A couple of the receivers having some footing problems in their warm-ups. What are we talking about tonight? I gave the big hint, and that is run, run, run. Kenosha Tremper is going to be able to, or is going to need to be able to win the line of scrimmage, to be able to move the ball. Kenosha Tremper is not a team that's going to move down and score in 15 or 20 seconds. They're a smash-mouth football team, and to do that, they're going to have to win the line of scrimmage. On the other side, very simply, Indian Trail, a solid defensive line, but they too will look to win the line of scrimmage on both offense and defense. Indian Trail won, and they did defer the kick, so Tremper gets it and goes down. Again, we were talking about footing, and we see number 8, Lampada, losing his footing, went up for the ball, tried to dig to change directions, and went down. No return, and they're going to start the ball at their own 5-yard line, 1st and 10. So here we go. Brzomski will be under center, normally out of the gun. He has number 4, Archie, to the near side. Otherwise, 2 in the backfield. Make it 3. Brzomski on the option and knocked out of bounds. That is the big number 7. That's Aldrich.
Gain of 5.
Drake Aldrich, a junior, 5'8", 135 pounds. Bounces outside, and we see that he was able to pick up 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. So here we go. Early first quarter, no score. Just underway here from Amici Field. Welcome to WGTD Sports. Brzomski under center. He looks. Passes it short to number 8, Lampada. Maybe a gain of 2. See where they spot it. I think they're going to go to about the 12-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd and manageable, about 3.5.
Gain of 2.
Good defense by Indian Trail, moving up and making that hit. They gave him the catch, but didn't give any yards after catch. Brzomski under center. He keeps it, hands it off, and comes very close. See where they mark it. I believe he's right on the 15-yard line, and if so, that is a 1st down. See where they mark it.
First
down, Trojans. To the 15. Good, solid line play. That's what they need.
All spectators should refrain from entering the field at any time, before, after, or during the contest.
Brzomski has the play. Comes on in. Quickly, Brzomski under center. 1 to the near. He drops back. No pressure. Throws it up. He's got a man open to the 40 and brought down. That is number 7, Aldrich, with that catch. What a beautiful throw. Terrific throw by
19,
Brzezinski.
First and 10 Trojans.
And they're going to take it all out. They're going to call it the 39-yard line, where it's going to be first and 10 Trojans. Hurry up offense. Out of Tremper. One to the near, one to the far. Couple in the backfield. No motion, at least by now. There we go. Motion, but Brzezinski on the option to the 45 and down. Gain of 6, second and 4. And that was Aldrich on the option.
Gain of 6 by Aldrich, second and 4.
Brzezinski coming over and getting the play, heads back to the huddle. Tremper is usually not a hurry-up offense. They are very deliberate. Brzezinski, one to the near, one to the far. We have now moving on the motion. Up, that's the first run through the middle, and that would be number 7, Aldrich. Crosses the 45 to the 46-yard line, and we're going to call it third and 3 from the 46-yard line. Good, solid beginning from Kenosha Tremper. So it's a third and a long 3 for Kenosha Tremper. Brzezinski, 2 to the far, nobody to the near, 1 in the backfield. Watch for motion. Bad snap. Brzezinski had nowhere to go, and he stumbles forward, and that's going to be to the line of scrimmage, losing maybe a half a yard, and it's going to go to fourth down. The kicking unit comes out for Kenosha Tremper. So Kenosha, after a big play, after a first down, nothing happened, drive stalls, and they kick it. At least, though, not deep in their own territory. They need a good kick here. Look and see. Moyo, I believe, is down. We'll wait and see on that number. High snap. Almost blocked. Maybe a tick. As a great bounce for Tremper as it goes inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. And that, he should light a candle in church tomorrow after that one. As that was a lollipop of a snap that probably took about 3 seconds. In fact, there was more hang time on the snap than there was to kick. So they were able to get away with it. Tremper puts Indian Trail back at their own 24-yard line, first and 10. Now we see as Dagan hands it off. We're going to try to see who wound up with that ball. Number 24, and that's Minor. So Dagan hands it off to Minor. We have a hurry-up offense. Dagan out of the shotgun, calling the signals. 2 to the near, 2 to the far. 1 in the backfield with Dagan. Now we have motion. Dagan with the ball. Comes across the 25, falling over to the 26-yard line. That's a gain. We're going to call it a gain of 3. And it's going to be it's going to be third and about 8. Dagan brought everybody up to the line of scrimmage quickly on that play. Wasn't able to see anything open up in the middle. Got a couple. Here we go. Dagan once again. 2 to the near, 2 to the far. Looking. Tremper. Dagan with the throw. We're looking. Incomplete. 3 and out. Indian Trail. Good move. Dagan did a good job to get to the far side of the field. That's a tough throw. So it's going to be 4th and 9. And I'm waiting for the kicking team to come out, and it looked almost as if the offense came back onto the field. And it is. 3 to the near. Nobody to the far. Dagan deep in their own territory. 4th and 9. A pooch kick from Dagan. and it goes all the way, nobody back, so this ball just continues to roll, and it's going to go down to the 21-yard line of Kenosha Tremper. No score. 6:27 left. First quarter. We'll be right back.
I see no defeat.
No defeat.
I have the best
In me.
in me.
So I require the best.
Warriors like us.
We make our own. We make our own destiny.
We make our own destiny.
We push back in the face of adversity. We turn up the heat. Is it in you too?
Make your move. Make your move.
Make your move.
Make your move.
Here we go, out of the commercial. And Przomski, nowhere to go. First sack of the young evening, and that's going to take him all the way back to the 10-yard line.
Sack on the play, second
And that's
20.
going to be a loss of 10. Ouch. Swarming defense out of Indian Trail. Przomski, 2nd and 20. One to the near, one to the far. And false start on Kenosha Tremper, I believe, as everybody was well ahead of the snap. And that's going to cost Tremper 5. They are going backwards. They started at their own 21-yard line. They're on their own 5-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 25 or 26 yards to go as Tremper loses field position now. No score here at Amici Field. Kenosha, Wisconsin, WGTD Sports. Przomski has the ball. Good hit, good tackle. I'm trying to get you a number, and that's going to be number 17. Mancusi coming in and making the tackle high. And that ball is out to
3rd and 20.
the 10-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd and between 25 and 26 yards to go. Make it 3rd and 20. Przomski under center. One to the near, one to the far. He drops back. Nobody's there. Great move. Throws it. Can't handle the pass. Great job by Przomski as he was almost sacked at the 1-yard line. He was able to get to the far side, but he just didn't have the arm to be able to get to the open receiver coming back. And it's going to be 3rd and out. And Kenosha Tremper will be punting from midway out of their own end zone. So Indian Trail should have some real positive field position here. Waiting for the snap. Little better. Almost again and a fumble and then falling on it. At the 37-yard line is number 1, Moyo. Moyo had that ball, and the first rule is you don't let that ball bounce because you don't know which way it was going to. That took a high skipping bounce off of his shoulder pads. He was lucky to fall on it. So Indian Trail has outstanding field position deep in Tremper territory at the Tremper 39-yard line, 1st and 10. No score at Amici Field. Dagan hands it off. Little bit up the middle. Good move out of the and hurry up offense for Indian Trail. Another handoff. Move inside the 30. That's Callow. Number 10, Callow. Quickly. Again, as they're and the referees are looking to be able to stop the hurry-up offense there. That was a great job by Indian Trail with hurry-up. Callow went right up the nose for those, and it's going to be 1st and 10. They're down to the 25-yard line and be able to keep it down to the 10, the 5. Touchdown! Indian Trail, that's Dagan. Dagan keeps it on the quarterback fake up the middle, bouncing it. We're going to see if we have that instant replay here. Let's call it. And here we go. As we see Dagan, I'll let you know about the extra point. That's not a problem. Don't worry about it. Watch this cutback by Dagan. And that's 7-0 on the good extra point here to Michi Field. Indian Trail 7-0 over Tremper. WGTD Sports. Be right back.
Here at Pet Supplies Plus in Kenosha, we have everything you need to keep your pets happy, healthy, and thriving. Pet Supplies Plus in Kenosha. Come visit your favorite neighborhood pet store, now open at 3755 80th Street. We have all you need to keep your pets happy. Get your dog groomed at our full-service salon or keep your own bathroom clean by using our self-pet wash. See you soon, neighbor. See you soon, neighbor.
For some students, the struggle to make up what was lost continues. Academic doubts may linger, but the class has to keep moving whether your child gets it or not. At Sylvan, our teachers have the time to give the individualized support each student needs. We'll focus on exactly what your child needs to get caught up with grades and confidence. Wherever your child needs to go, we can help get them there. If you're ready to prioritize your child's education this year, get all the information you need by going online and searching Sylvan Learning of Kenosha.
There we go, and we're back. As we see number 4, Zdansky, getting ready to kick for Indian Trail. Pooches it to number 8, Lampada. Lampada across the 20 to the 24-yard line and down.
Trojans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
So here we go. 7-0. 7-0 Indian Trail. Tremper with the ball, taking it at their own 24-yard line. Important for them not to get behind any great amount. They can score, but they take their time. Przamski keeps it nowhere. A swarming defense out of Indian Trail prevented the option and drops Przamski for a yard loss. So it's going to be a loss of 1. It's going to go back to the 23-yard line. And it's going to be 2nd and 11. I talked earlier about having to win the line of scrimmage for the Trojans. The question very simply, do they have horses to be able to do it? Przamski making the call under center, 1 to the far. He keeps it. Able to come across. He reaches out to about the 24-yard line.
Gain of 6.
It's going to be a gain of 6.
3rd and 5.
And it's going to be 3rd and 5 from the 20. They're going to give him the 29-yard line, 29-yard line. Przamski. Tremper needs this one. They don't want to give good field position for Indian Trail. Indian Trail 2-1, Tremper 0-3. Tremper needs this in this young season. On the option, on the pitch. Nowhere to go, and down he goes. And I believe they're going to say he lost on that. And that was number 2, by the way, Daniel with the run.
2, it's 4th down.
But there were more white shirts in the backfield than blue. It's going to be 4th down, 4th and 7 as the punting unit comes out for Tremper. Be kicking from about the 15-yard line. Good snap. Decent punt. Good bounce. Tremper has gotten the benefit of the bounce so far. And the ball down at their own 41-yard line. 1st and 10. Indian Trail 7, Tremper 0. 1:16 left first quarter. We'll be right back.
Fiction Skateboards have been in business since 2015 and skating since 1988. Located in Twin Lakes, Wisconsin, we are veteran and family owned. Fiction Skateboards is active in giving back to the community while also growing the skateboard scene in the area. Visit Fiction Skateboards in Twin Lakes for all your skateboarding needs. Hot Government. Hot government refers to honest, open, and transparent government. Our mission is to provide and support honest, open, and transparent government with the intent of allowing citizens to monitor, assess, assist, and hold it accountable, securing your vote by protecting the integrity of elections. For more info, visit hotgovernment.com.
And we're back. Quickly through, down to the 30, the 20, the 10, book it. Number 15, Dagan. 59-yard run for Dagan, and he is on a roll. He got through the center. There was nobody there. They had everybody up front. Dagan was on a foot chase, and nobody was catching him. And now Indian Trail looking to be able to rub the face in the dirt with Kenosha Tremper. Dagan doing so well on that run. So we're waiting for the kick, and then we'll go to I'm told we've got this on instant replay, and you're going to want to watch it. Ball up, and that's good. So 14-0. Let's go to that instant replay. Now you're going to watch the snap. This is on a hurry-up offense. Dagan calling the audible right there. If you see everybody moving, looking at their wristband, they get set. Now watch the snap. Dagan will come straight forward, and he picks in. Now watch, he fakes and he cuts. Now everybody's here and there's nobody, and that's it. Off to the races, nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, Indian Trail. Huge run for Dagan, and he's approaching 100 yards in the first quarter. 48 seconds left, 14-0 Indian Trail. And Indian Trail has done so well on that hurry-up offense. If I'm somebody playing them, I've got film, I'm going to watch for that. I'm going to practice for that because they seem to do it, and they do it exceptionally well. The Hawks. Number 4, Zadowski gets ready to kick off, up by 2 scores. Squid kick. Able to put it to number 8, Lampada, and he was popped just across the 25 to the 27-yard line. 1st and 10. Tremper, when we come back, we'll be right back. WGTD Sports.
Here at Pet Supplies Plus in Kenosha, we have everything you need to keep your pets happy, healthy, and thriving. Pet Supplies Plus in Kenosha. Come visit your favorite neighborhood pet store, now open at 3755 80th Street. We have all you need to keep your pets happy. Get your dog groomed at our full-service salon or keep your own bathroom clean by using our self-pet wash. See you soon, neighbor. See you soon, neighbor.
Tremper coming out. Good run to the 40, 45. all the way to the 50, and Tremper needs that. That was number 35, Terrell. Demetrius Terrell, a good move to the 49-yard line. This is the furthest that Tremper has moved the ball so far in this early game. 35 seconds left, first quarter, 14-0 Indian Trail on two huge runs by Dagan. Pizanski out of the under center, one to the far. Throws it on the toss. That's to number 10, Kikowski. Not able to do anything and loses a couple back to the 46-yard line. Indian Trail winning the line of scrimmage. And they've got to do something to slow the Hogs up front. They have some big men. Number 79, Zerner, 5'11", 300 pounds. Hood, 6 foot, 272 pounds.
That's the end of the first quarter.
And that's the end of one here at Amici Field. 14-0, Indian Trail leading Tremper. We'll be right back, WGTD Sports.
Hi, I'm Lydia Spotswood, and I'm running for mayor of the city of Kenosha. As a mom, a grandmother, and a retired nurse, I believe every child deserves to grow up in a healthy community, a place that is inclusive, welcoming, and sustainable. Kenosha is transforming as new developments and urban renewal initiatives kick into high gear. As your mayor, I will work to establish our shared vision for Kenosha. My experience in public and private sector development will serve our community well in the years ahead.
Here at Pet Supplies Plus in Kenosha, we have everything you need to keep your pets happy, healthy, and thriving. Pet Supplies Plus in Kenosha. Come visit your favorite neighborhood pet store, now open at 3755 80th Street. We have all you need to keep your pets happy. Get your dog groomed at our full-service salon or keep your own bathroom clean by using our self-pet wash. See you soon, neighbor.
See you soon, neighbor.
Start of the second quarter, 14-0. Indian Trail up by 2 scores, but Tremper starting to move the ball a little bit here. This is do or die time. They cannot go down by 3 scores. So they were able to gain 1. They're to the 49, we're going to call it 50. The farthest penetration so far for Kenosha Tremper. Przomski, under center, 1 to the far. 1 in the back. Looking to be able to look. Trying to get back to the line of scrimmage as everything was closing in. And that's the big man, number 40 for Indian Trail on that sack. Valentin Alaguera, 5'10", 240-pound junior, wrapped his arms around. Przomski had nowhere to go, fell forward, got back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 4th and 9 as the punting unit comes on for Kenosha Tremper. Another, well, it wasn't 3 and out because they were able to move the ball shortly. They just can't get long snap. That's at high watch as that's partially blocked. And out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Indian Trail will get it at the 35. That was partially blocked, and they have to do something about the snap. That was a lollipop. You can't have it sit in the air for 3 seconds because the defenders are going to be on that kicker. This is the second or third time that that's happened. This time, the defender getting a hand on it. Great job by the kicker to be able to kick that away and get some type of distance at the 35-yard line. Indian Trail, 2-score lead, 14-0, 10-20 left second quarter. Clean game, no penalties. Dagan keeps it, trying to get away, and he does. Throws it downfield, nobody's there! The 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown! Nobody there. Number 9. I'm looking for the number. Number 18, I believe. 18 or 19. Number 18, Delquist. Delquist was all alone. Tremper thought that they had Dagan. Dagan broke 3, got to the far side of the field, put the ball up 40 yards, and it was a scamper. Touchdown, Indian Trail. Oh, my goodness. Zdansky puts it up. That's a chip. Do we have that? We've got it. Let's watch the instant replay, folks. Watch. Now you see it looks as if he's going to be sacked. He rolls out.
21-0 Indian Trail.
Well, he was able to get away from that. Now watch as number 15, Dagan, is able to throw this ball.
Other hole sponsors for this year.
Well, if you saw, this is the first game this year that we're using the instant replay. It's better than what it's been. Give us a chance. We'll get this down as we go on in the season. The only person that was here 2 years ago to be able to do this was me. So we thank everybody involved, and we're thrilled to bringing you the game. 21-0 Indian Trail, 10:06 left, 3 huge plays. Can you say one word? Dagan. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Dagan, 2 long runs, and if that isn't enough, he breaks 2 tackles on a sack to throw 40 yards in the air, and then nobody covering him, and the receiver, and Indian Trail's going to get that, and he does. Nobody came up. Tremper caught sleeping on the bounce, and Indian Trail going up and getting it. It's the same as an onside kick. Tremper loses the opportunity. Indian Trail has the ball at the 25-yard line of Kenosha. Tremper, 21-0 Indian Trail. You can never let that ball bounce. As a kick returner, you can't do it, because that's what happens. The ball got caught up in the wind. It wound up being short. You follow that ball. That's your job. Dagan looking for the snap. He's out of the gun. Fee flicker comes back in. Falls across to the 20. That's Hubert on the flea flicker. Actually looked more like a reverse halfback option type of deal. Nobody opened, so he took it across to the 20-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 5, 2nd and 5 from the Tremper 20. And you see hands on the hips from Kenosha Tremper linemen. They have been on the field almost all of the second half of the first half. Dagan, he keeps it, following a blocker across the 15 to the 14, and that's maybe the 13, but that's enough for a first down. 1st and 10, Indian Trail, deep, as now they go into that quick setup motion. 1 to the near, 2 to the far, 1 in the backfield with Dagan. Now we're in motion. Looks to hand it off, and does. Takes it off to number 10, Callow. Good athlete in his own right. He crosses the 10-yard line, and a hurry-up offense once again. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5, and that's going to be a timeout. Tremper. WGTD Sports, 21-0 Hawks. We'll be right back.
For some students, the struggle to make up what was lost continues. Academic doubts may linger, but the class has to keep moving whether your child gets it or not. At Sylvan, our teachers have the time to give the individualized support each student needs. We'll focus on exactly what your child needs to get caught up with grades and confidence. Wherever your child needs to go, we can help get them there. If you're ready to prioritize your child's education this year, get all the information you need by going online and searching Sylvan Learning of Kenosha.
Hi, I'm Lydia Spotswood, and I'm running for mayor in the city of Kenosha. As a mom, a grandmother, and a retired nurse, I believe every child deserves to grow up in a healthy community, a place that is inclusive, welcoming, and sustainable. Kenosha is transforming as new developments and urban renewal initiatives kick into high gear. As your mayor, I will work to establish our shared vision for Kenosha. My experience in public and private sector development will serve our community well in the years ahead.
And we're back. Missed the last play, incomplete in the end zone. Laying out for it, but not quite able to get it, was number 19, Minato. Keeping it, touchdown, Dagan. He has been the man of the hour, literally.
Dagan touchdown.
This is his 4th touchdown. 3 running, 1 throwing. By the way, he's selling popcorn at halftime. I had heard this kid was special. He is. Great athlete. Ball up. And the kick. And it's good. 8:51 left to play, second quarter. All Indian Trail. 28-0. Be right back.
Here at Pet Supplies Plus in Kenosha, we have everything you need to keep your pets happy, healthy, and thriving. Pet Supplies Plus in Kenosha. Come visit your favorite neighborhood pet store, now open at 3755 80th Street. We have all you need to keep your pets happy. Get your dog groomed at our full-service salon or keep your own bathroom clean by using our self-pet wash. See you soon, neighbor.
See you soon, neighbor.
We're back. All Indian Trail, 8:51 left to play. Second quarter, 28-0. And I know I said it before we went to break. Dagan. That's all you have to say. 4 touchdowns. 3 with his feet, 1 with his arm. Zdansky looking to kick off for Indian Trail. They may have to ice his foot. He's been cooking so much so far. Archie with the ball. Crosses to 25 and hammered at the 27-yard line.
Return to the 28, first and
I like
10
that,
Trojans.
though. Archie took the shoulder, took the hit, fell forward. And here we go. Brzezinski. A close, tight offense. Everybody in the box but one. One to the near. Brzezinski with the ball. Hands it off. Nowhere. And again, line of scrimmage, line of scrimmage, line of scrimmage. That was number 36, Gonzalez. Taken away after falling to the line of scrimmage. No gain, 2nd and 10. Ball at the 29-yard line. Good evening, everybody. If you're just joining us, thank you. I'm Bob Haggerty. Welcome to WGTD Sports on Facebook. Tonight, Indian Trail, Kenosha Tremper. So far, all Indian Trail Hawks. All Dagan. Brzezinski looks to throw it, puts it up, intercepted. That's intercepted by number 2, Zinnik. He comes across to the 30, to the 20, to the 15, and down. Inside the 15 to about the 13, they're going to call it the 14-yard line, where he took a step out of bounds. Okay, he's going to be overruled, and it's going to be the 13-yard line. So Indian Trail, 4-score lead with the INT. Double coverage, and they were able to jump it. Number 2, looking to have the throw. Dagan puts it up, and that's a touchdown. Number 17, Mancusi. Mancusi went up, was a man among boys. Threw it up a la Randy Moss and just took it out, snatched it out of the air. Nice catch with his hands. And things are getting out of control at Amici Field. Ball's up and good. So 35-0, 7:45 left to play in the second quarter here at Amici Field. It has been all Indian Trail. By the way, Dagan, 3 touchdowns with his feet, 2 with his arm. 5 touchdowns in the first half for this young man from Indian Trail. He played Verona. What did he have, 150, 155 yards against Verona, which is one of the best defenses in the state. They grow him big out in Verona. I was not a believer in Indian Trail. I am now. 7:45 left, second quarter, 35-0 ITA. And what's impressed me with Indian Trail has not only been their offense, but it has been their defense. They had the INT taken almost to the house. They've had a couple of sacks, but it has been the Hogs, the big men up front, that has won the line of scrimmage over and over and over again. Zadowski coming and kicking for Indian Trail. Oh, ball fell off the tee. Zadowski. Short kick. And able to come across. And they catching it at 36 is Kikowski. Kikowski hit as soon as he touched that ball, thrown backwards, and they're going to say forward progress at the 35-yard line, 25-yard line. First and 10, Tremper. So, okay, what do we look at when you're down by 35? You've only been playing halfway through the second half, second quarter. It's baby steps. Win a play. Beat your guy one time. If you can beat him one time, you can beat him 2 times. You can move the ball, get a first down, and you start to chip away. Kenosha Tremper needs to start to chip away if they're going to be able to do it. 1 to the near, nobody to the far, everybody in a stacked formation. Przanski falls forward, cross to 25 to about the 26-yard line. We're going to give him 1. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Przanski. Now we have a replacement. Brzezinski telling the play to number 88, Peltier. Timeout, Tremper. We're going to take a 30-second timeout here from Amici Field, WGTD Sports.
Like to give a huge
My name is Frank J. Parise, and I am the primary and principal owner of the law offices of Frank J. Parise. Been an attorney since 1985, so over 30 years. I can help you with all your needs in criminal defense, traffic, DUIs, or any other situations that you or a loved one is in trouble. Please call me at any time at 656-9906. I'm available by email at fparise@fjpllc.com, Facebook, or any other social media.
Coming out of the timeout, Tremper with the ball. 2nd and 9, their own 26. Ball knocked out, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be... It's going to be Hawks' ball. No. Number 67 for Kenosha Tremper, that's Biddigs. Falls on that, but he's holding his hand. He did not leave, but I think his hand got stepped on. But that ball now inside the 20, back to the 17-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd and 17. Nothing going right for Kenosha Tremper this evening. Brzezinski out of the gun. 2 to the near, 1 to the far. Bad snap. And whoever has it at the 10-yard line, the Hawks say they have it. We'll have to wait and see, and they do. Indian Trail ball as the ball was stripped away by Brzezinski, or from Brzezinski, and all Indian Trail.
Fumble on the play, recovered by ITA.
Now, we're going to have to start to talk about the rule that happens if there's over 40, if you're over 40 points ahead, the continuous clock rule. That does not start in the first half. So it doesn't matter how far they are ahead. That rule does not go into effect. We'll worry about that at halftime. Dagan, 2 to the near, 1 to the far. Hands it off. And down with Minor inside the 5 to the 4. And hurry up offense. Dagan snaps it to Minor and down at the 1. Hurry up offense. Again, Dagan. 3rd and goal. Falls forward, touchdown. Touchdown, Indian Trail. And I'm pretty sure that was number 24, Korokin. 4:54 left to play in the half. Indian Trail to go up by 42 if they're able to make it. The kicker's going to ice his foot at halftime. Ball's up and good. 4:54 left to play. 42-0 Indian Trail. Be right back.
Fiction Skateboards have been in business since 2015 and skating since 1988. Located in Twin Lakes, Wisconsin, we are veteran and family owned. Fiction Skateboards is active in giving back to the community while also growing the skateboard scene in the area. Visit Fiction Skateboards in Twin Lakes for all your skateboarding needs. Hot Government. Hot government refers to honest, open, and transparent government. Our mission is to provide and support honest, open, and transparent government with the intent of allowing citizens to monitor, assess, assist, and hold it accountable, securing your vote by protecting the integrity of elections. For more info, visit hotgovernment.com.
And we're back. Indian Trail, 2 turnovers, 2 touchdowns. And by the way, They had 4 other touchdowns, too. It is 42-0. 4:54 left in the second quarter. It is all, did I say all, Indian Trail? As we go on, the continuous clock rule is not in effect until the second half, so we won't talk about that. And that's a fair catch by Tremper, number 10, Kiskowski. And that ball's going to be taken at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. I'm waiting to see if there was if there's a change, any changes. There's not. Przanski out of the gun. 2 to the near, 1 to the far. Looking to throw. Maybe a yard. That is to number 7, Aldrich. Well thrown ball. Excellent covered. They're not going to give him anything on that. Aldrich got the nose of the football. No gain, 2nd and 10. If you're just joining us and you're seeing a 42-0 game in the first half, that is not a scoreboard error. That is the real thing, the domination of Indian Trail. Przanski has the ball, takes it across. There's a flag. That's going to be a hold. That's going to come back. Oh, my goodness. That's going to be a hold, and that's going to come back, and it's going to cost Tremper some yardage. See where they mark it and what they're going to do. That was a gain of 9. It's been a while since they've done anything on offense. And instead, we'll wait and see. It's never good when the referees get together for a conference. They're going to talk about where they're going to pick pizza up tonight on the way home. Referee still is going to discuss it. Fairly animated between 2 referees. They normally don't take this much time to talk about a hold. They're going to say offsetting offsides. And then unsportsman on both sides. This is one I'd like to have mic'd up, let me tell you. If it is offsetting, they should go back and replay, not give the yardage, although Kenosha Tremper could use it tonight. Tremper doesn't like the call, but okay, there's the offside. Indian Trail.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Tremper. The penalty's offset.
So you've got an unsportsmanlike on Tremper, offsetting the 5-yard penalty. And what's going on? Now they're placing the ball at the 31. Why? They're going to mark it at the 31, but they said it was offsetting. Okay, whatever it is, it's at the 31. We're playing football. 3:34 left to play. It is going to be 3rd and 4. 2 to the near, 2 to the far, 1 in the backfield. Przanski out of the gun. Slow snap, throws it deep. Not in the ballpark. That was to the speedster, Lampada. But he didn't get to him, and it was a little bit, it was short and wide. So it's going to be 4th. Now they had him replay. It's going to be 3rd. 3rd and 4 at the 31. Przanski again floats. 1st down. Good job by number 18, St. Martin, for Kenosha Tremper, holding on to that ball. Number 44, Indian Trail, said 42-0 is not enough. That's Manning. He was trying to rip the ball out of his hands. Przanski out of the gun. Watch out. Przanski gets away, throws it. No, they're going to call it a catch. He went to wipe it off and then called it a catch. Ball now at the 46-yard line. Tremper has not been on Indian Trail's side of the field. They were at midfield, but they had not gotten past. Przanski out of the gun, 2 to the near, 1 to the far. He keeps it. First time in enemy territory. Down across the 45 to about the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 with a $1:42 left and down by 42. Tremper showing urgency. Quickly up to the line. 2 to the far, 1 to the near. Przanski out of the gun. You're going to see him out of the gun probably the rest of the game. And takes the hit. That was big, number 54 for Indian Trail. That's Basnarak, 6'3", 240 pounds, and just laid Przanski down. And that's a hold. Well, let's just put insult to injury. They're going to wave that one off and let Basnarak take the sack. Oh, my goodness, the ball back at the 49-yard line. I felt that hit up here. He wrapped him up and just put him down and squatted him. That's his defense. They do not want to allow a point to Kenosha Tremper. That would be their goal for the night. Offense, they've already got 42 points. 42-0 if you're just joining us, Indian Trail. Przanski out of the gun. Throws it, and that's incomplete. It was a back shoulder throw to number 4, Archie. Archie not able to come off of it cleanly, lost his footing, and couldn't come back for the ball. So it's going to be 3rd and 14 at the 49-yard line. And you know Indian Trail, they know a pass is coming. They're going to put their ears back, and they're going after him. Timeout, Indian Trail, 42-0 over Tremper. Be right back.
For some students, the struggle to make up what was lost continues. Academic doubts may linger, but the class has to keep moving whether your child gets it or not. At Sylvan, our teachers have the time to give the individualized support each student needs. We'll focus on exactly what your child needs to get caught up with grades and confidence. Wherever your child needs to go, we can help get them there. If you're ready to prioritize your child's education this year, get all the information you need by going online and searching Sylvan Learning of Kenosha.
And we're back. Welcome, WGTD Sports. I'm Bob Haggerty. By the way, wanted to give a shout out to Matt Schwantz. He covered for me last week. I was bringing my daughter to New York City. Most of you know she's an actor out there, and got her into her apartment. So 49-yard line of Indian Trail. 3rd and 14. 34 seconds left. High snap. And out of bounds, and there's nobody there. There's the flag for intentional grounding. I was waiting for that, wondering there was nobody within 20 yards. So that's going to be a loss of down and yardage.
Intentional grounding, Tremper. 4th down.
So we'll see where they wind up spotting it. They're going to mark off 15 or mark off 5 plus the down, take it all the way back to the 40-yard line. So Tremper may have gone across, but they were only for a couple of plays, and they pushed themselves back. So it's 4th and 25 as Tremper goes to kick. High snap. It floats. Watch the punt. Great bounce. Oh, my goodness, what a bounce. Inside the 10 to the 8 or 9 yard line. Wow. All the way down. So if you're looking for some bright spot, it has been the kicking game. Not the snap, but the kicker. They have to work on that snap. It is floating instead of getting back. And that kicker has had a defenseman in his face, let alone his leg, every single time he's gone to kick. One kick partially blocked. And that's the end of the first half. Here at Amici Field, the score 40-0, Indian Trail Hawks leading the Tremper Trojans. With that, we're going to go to commercial. We'll be back in a while. Halftime here at Amici Field, WGTD Sports.
For some students, the struggle to make up what was lost continues. Academic doubts may linger, but the class has to keep moving whether your child gets it or not. At Sylvan, our teachers have the time to give the individualized support each student needs. We'll focus on exactly what your child needs to get caught up with grades and confidence. Wherever your child needs to go, we can help get them there. If you're ready to prioritize your child's education this year, get all the information you need by going online and searching Sylvan Learning of Kenosha.
Fiction Skateboards have been in business since 2015 and skating since 1988. Located in Twin Lakes, Wisconsin, we are veteran and family owned. Fiction Skateboards is active in giving back to the community while also growing the skateboard scene in the area. Visit Fiction Skateboards in Twin Lakes for all your skateboarding needs. Hot Government. Hot government refers to honest, open, and transparent government. Our mission is to provide and support honest, open, and transparent government with the intent of allowing citizens to monitor, assess, assist, and hold it accountable, securing your vote by protecting the integrity of elections. For more info, visit hotgovernment.com.
Here at Pet Supplies Plus in Kenosha, we have everything you need to keep your pets happy, healthy, and thriving. Pet Supplies Plus in Kenosha. Come visit your favorite neighborhood pet store, now open at 3755 80th Street. We have all you need to keep your pets happy. Get your dog groomed at our full-service salon or keep your own bathroom clean by using our self-pet wash. See you soon, neighbor.
See you soon, neighbor.
Hi, I'm Lydia Spotswood, and I'm running for mayor in the city of Kenosha. As a mom, a grandmother, and a retired nurse, I believe every child deserves to grow up in a healthy a place that is inclusive, welcoming, and sustainable. Kenosha is transforming as new developments and urban renewal initiatives kick into high gear. As your mayor, I will work to establish our shared vision for Kenosha. My experience in public and private sector development will serve our community well in the years ahead.
I really like the technical aspect of doing things with your hands. Coming out into the lab and working with your hands, doing it, getting your hands to it, really just helps to get get it in your head. It's book knowledge and experience, put together. So I really enjoy that part about it.
In this program, we take students that have never held a hammer, get them to the point where they're able to read a blueprint, be able to assemble, build walls, and construct a structure from a blueprint. You become a well-knowledge carpenter when you're done with this program.
This program takes us from knowing nothing to being able to build a house.
We were building SimCity for the police students here, and we were just basically building it exactly how you would build a house, framing out the walls, getting the windows and the doors framed out, doing what you would if you were really going to build a house.
The project I've enjoyed most doing in this class is I actually build cabinet doors for my kitchen. And using the different tools and getting the shape of it and everything is so much fun.
The program gives you a very good footing and a start for being able to go out and start working in industry, building houses, building decks, doing remod jobs, whatever needs to be done that a carpenter can do. Usually when people finish the program, they are able to get a job working in the construction. You start out as like a laborer, and then you can move your way up into an apprentice. With Gateway, we like to help out, and we like to try and align and set students up with jobs. We have employers lined up right now waiting for people to get done with the programs. It's a great opportunity to get your foot in the door with the companies.
I'm planning to remodel homes, be able to fix them up, and this program I feel has really prepared me well so far for doing that.
My name is Frank J. Parise, and I am the primary and principal owner of the law offices of Frank J. Parise. Been an attorney since 1985, so over 30 years. I can help you with all your needs in criminal defense, traffic, DUIs, or any other situations that you or a loved one is in trouble. Please call me at any time at 656-9906. I'm available by email at fparise@fjpllc.com, Facebook, or any other social media.
Small joint, you're going to be fire tech, Main Street Command, so they're giving you a working still on all units but fire around that.
The fire medic program we have here at Gateway is something that the students prefer because they're able to take their fire wand and EMT skills and jump right into some advanced concepts and preparing for the candidate physical ability test. They take the general education courses, and then they're right into the paramedic portion of the degree. And so they're really accomplishing fire and EMS in a big way and leaving with some major credentials in 2 years. Right now we're at Kansasville Fire and Rescue. Our students go through sets and reps as they rotate through a time and quality standard for each position on an engine company. And as we have one of the three crews not involved at that particular time in the evolutions with the company, we pull them off and we give them concentrated areas of instruction.
Right out the gate, you're learning about your gear, what keeps you safe, putting it on, taking it off, putting it on, taking it off, so it's all muscle memory. And then after that, you're out the door, you're on the fire grounds, you're in the burn building, you're on the splash board, you're up on the roof, you name it, you get your hands on it, and you're going to learn how to use it to the best of your abilities.
So we throw a lot at our students, and they're immersed in all those different various portions of the learning. They bring it all together when they go out and perform the evolutions outside with the engine company.
When you're actually physically out there doing it, then you get how it operates. You get it all comes together. So starting from ground zero, what do you have to lay out, situational awareness, looking around and seeing what's going on, and just making sure that your team is where it should be, everybody's working in unison.
Well, because you're coming out of the program with some major credentials and you've been put through a training process that looks at the quality of the work that you do and the time frame that you do it in, As the program gains stature, so will the graduates. There are several in this class that have already been given conditional offers of employment.
You do your learning here, so that way when you go to your department, it's automatic. So it makes you seem a little less green to your department when you get there.
This program provides solutions to almost every risk that firefighters face. And it becomes a way of life, a habit, if you will, of managing yourself and the way that you respond to incidents. So they have a good future ahead of them.
I am going to go career, so this fall I will start the paramedic portion of the fire medic program. After that, start applying, get ready for the CPAT, and hopefully it doesn't take too long to get full-time.
I love the two departments that I work at. They're very, very supportive of what I do and what I want to do in my future. Eventually I would like to go career, but for now, staying home, local boy, working for the fire department.
I see no defeat.
No defeat.
I have the best
In me.
in me.
So I require the best.
Warriors like us,
We make our own. We make our own destiny.
We make our own destiny.
we push back in the face of adversity.
We turn up the heat. Is it in you too?
Make your move. Make your move.
Make your move.
Make your move.
For some students, the struggle to make up what was lost continues. Academic doubts may linger, but the class has to keep moving whether your child gets it or not. At Sylvan, our teachers have the time to give the individualized support each student needs. We'll focus on exactly what your child needs to get caught up with grades and confidence. Wherever your child needs to go, we can help get them there. If you're ready to prioritize your child's education this year, get all the information you need by going online and searching Sylvan Learning of Kenosha.
Fiction Skateboards have been in business since 2015 and skating since 1988. Located in Twin Lakes, Wisconsin, we are veteran and family owned. Fiction Skateboards is active in giving back to the community while also growing the skateboard scene in the area. Visit Fiction Skateboards in Twin Lakes for all your skateboarding needs. Hot Government. Hot government refers to honest, open, and transparent government. Our mission is to provide and support honest, open, and transparent government with the intent of allowing citizens to monitor, assess, assist, and hold it accountable, securing your vote by protecting the integrity of elections. For more info, visit hotgovernment.com.
Here at Pet Supplies Plus in Kenosha, we have everything you need to keep your pets happy, healthy, and thriving. Pet Supplies Plus in Kenosha. Come visit your favorite neighborhood pet store, now open at 3755 80th Street. We have all you need to keep your pets happy. Get your dog groomed at our full-service salon or keep your own bathroom clean by using our self-pet wash. See you soon, neighbor.
See you soon, neighbor.
Hi, I'm Lydia Spotswood, and I'm running for mayor in the city of Kenosha. As a mom, a grandmother, and a retired nurse, I believe every child deserves to grow up in a healthy community, a place that is inclusive, welcoming, and sustainable. Kenosha is transforming as new developments and urban renewal initiatives kick into high gear. As your mayor, I will work to establish our shared vision for Kenosha. My experience in public and private sector development will serve our community well in the years ahead.
My name is Kyle Warzala. I'm a welding instructor at Gateway Technical College. I've been there for about 4 years, and we have recently transitioned into teaching some online lectures. I stream my classes on Twitch, and what that allows the student to do is to watch what's going on, even if they're not in my class. I also use a lot of Zoom meetings as well for more of a direct communication between me and the student for education. I do have discussion boards in my Blackboard shell where in case a student wants to ask a question or talk about something related to the class, they can put it into the discussion board, and then we all can address it, or we can comment on it, or usually I just give the answer, and that's one way to go about things. Otherwise, when I stream, they'll chat to each other when I'm streaming as well. So it's pretty fun and it keeps everybody engaged. Scheduling can be pretty flexible. It's usually whenever I stream, I'm like I said, I'm on there for about I don't know, 5 hours sometimes, so they can come and go as they please. And I save all the videos and they're able to look at them right away. The other thing that I know a lot of them enjoy is the ability to be a little bit more anonymous when they ask you questions. It's interesting, and I've noticed a lot more students ask a lot more questions online than they would in the actual lecture hall. I understand that it can be a little odd, especially if you're not really too familiar with a lot of technology, but you have to remember that us welding instructors, we might not be, very technologically savvy as well. So we make it easy for you guys to access all that content, to get to little quizzes, to understand how to navigate through that Blackboard shell that you're going to be using. So it's not just that you guys that were worried about it, us instructors were worried about it as well. And we set it up because we understand what you guys need. We will work with you, and the show must go on. We gotta adapt to the new ways and the new methods of teaching, and we're making it the best that we can for you.
Welcome back. WGTD Sports. Good evening, everybody, or late afternoon. I'm Bob Haggerty, and absolutely thrilled as they've got to push it back down on me here. If Scott's going to actually put me on the air. I can stand up, too. Do you want me to stand up? No. There we go. It's always better. Put me in the shadow. Better than seeing my face. That's why I'm usually on radio. But this has been all Indian Trail. In fact, most of the first quarter was pretty even. But when Indian Trail went into that hurry-up offense, they were able to completely overwhelm Kenosha Tremper. And they have 6 touchdowns, 2 of them made off of defensive turnovers that gave absolutely fantastic field position, and they were able to take advantage of it. If you want to go by anybody and you talk about anybody, of course you have to talk about Dagan. 4 touchdowns, and that would be, 5 touchdowns. 3 in the air, and 3 on the ground, 2 in the air. So they have 5. He has 5 touchdowns already tonight, and it's a 42-point lead. Now, how does this affect the game? Remember, it's a running clock rule now. Unless the referee stops the clock, there's an injury. This is going to be a running clock, which speeds up the game because of the 42-point lead. So let's take a second while everybody's warming up and talk Green Bay Packers, as Sunday has the first NFL game for the Packers. Last night, well, if this tells us about anything about the NFL season to come, wow, the Lions beating the NFL Super Bowl champions from last year, the Kansas City Chiefs, 21-20. And what an exciting game that was, as the Lions take a very early lead in the North Division. And we'll have one other team at least that will be tied with them, because Packers and Bears play on Sunday. It's always interesting when the two teams play this early in the season. What do I think about the game? The Packers have to be able to run the ball. This is Love's first regular season start. I do not want to see them put him to a position where he's got to throw the ball every time. If they do that, it's going to be a very rough day for Love. But if they have a good running day, if they're able to control the line of scrimmage, and if they're able to give Love some protection. Right now, they're claiming that their offensive line is one of the best in football. If they're able to prove that against the Bears tomorrow, then Love will have some time. He'll be able to pick on when to throw. Good running game. They can come out with a W. So the Packers need everything to work right to be able to get that win tomorrow. Going back onto the field, WGTD Sports, absolutely thrilled to be bringing you the best in high school, semi-professional, and professional sports. Yeah, everybody wants to know, okay, Bob, 42-0, who cares at this point? Well, the coaches care, the kids care, we care. And I talked about it earlier when things started to run up. And this is where you talk about character. I'm sure that's what the head coach of Kenosha Tremper was talking about in the locker room. This is where you buckle down and you win the second half of a football game. You may not win the football game, but you win the second half of it, and you come away with something positive to be able to work on.
After or during the contest.
So here we go.
I want to give a huge thank you to our video board sponsors. They are Advocate Aurora Health, Kenosha Construction, Crawford Wright Orthodontics, Culver's, Gateway Mortgage, Heating and Cooling Solutions.
Getting ready for the second half. And remember, Indian Trail had the opportunity to, they won the toss. They deferred. They're going to get the ball to start the second half. Up by 42.
Given the score, there will be a running clock in the second half of the game.
Again, running clock rule. And that is even if it falls below 40, it stays a running clock. And here we go. Tremper kicking the ball. Waiting for it. A nice move to just short of the 35-yard line. That's Moya. So Indian Trail with a juggernaut of an offense and a defense that has been dominating. They start the second half up 42-0 here at Amici Field. WGTD Sports. Good evening, everybody. I'm Bob Haggerty. Shout out to Scott Liberacki. He played football here. Class of 84 with me from right here, Kenosha Tremper. So the ball moves out a couple, being placed at the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 3, second and 7.
On the tackle. Gain of 3, second and 7.
Indian Trail taking their time. Running clock. Dagan. And that's a first down. And that was all offensive line. That ball handed off to number 5, Joe Casey. And Casey tiptoed his way. I should say number 6, Philippus. Just tiptoed his way behind that big offensive line. Take a look at number 67, Marcunas. He's a senior, 6'2", 270 pounds. Dagan hands it off. Gets out to about the 48-yard line, taken down. That is number 5, Casey. So that's a gain of 2, second and 8. Thanks for everybody listening to the game or viewing, watching the game tonight. Let everybody know about it. Let them know that we're on every week. Different high school football and then basketball. Dagan puts it up. Little short. He's human. Can you believe it? I believe that's his first incomplete pass of the night. So it's going to be third and we'll call it a long 8, short 9. They're at the 47.5-yard line. They need to get down to the 44 of Kenosha Tremper. Dagan with the snap. A blitz. And a middle screen incomplete. Dropped by number 24, Minor. That ball was a little underthrown. Minor going down and not able to touch it before it fell. And I believe this is the second time if they decide to kick, and I don't think they are. They did a pooch kick with number 15, Dagan, earlier. They probably will do that again. 3 to the near, 1 to the far, and they do. They pooch kick. That's straight in the air. And down by number 17, Mancusi. Mancusi's going to holds the ball. So Indian Trail will kick that ball away, and Tremper will take it at their own 38-yard line. 1st and 10, down by 42. Przanski under center. And keeps it. Przanski tries to make something happen. He gets to the 40-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Przanski on the carry for 2 yards at 2nd and 8.
Tremper, little by little, 1 to the near. Should say 2 to the near. Przanski under center. 1 in the backfield. And motion. Hands it off. And is able to find some running room across the 45 up to about the 48. And that's probably, nope, they're going to have him just be short. 3rd and less than 1 from the 47-yard line.
It's a 1st down.
No, they're going to give him the 1st down. There we go. 1st down. 6 minutes to play in the 3rd. Rolling clock. 42-0. Indian Trail, if you're just joining us. Start in the 3rd quarter. Przanski calls an audible. Back under center. 2 to the near. Nobody to the far. Looks to hold it. Nowhere. Przanski looking to be able to find something, and a great job. Indian Trail swarming toward the ball, and they will let Tremper run 1 and 2 and 3 yards all night to end this game quick. Tremper's offense, 1 to the near, 1 to the far. Przanski under center. Pitches it to number 2. There's a flag, and that was to Daniel. So we'll see if that's a hold, and it is. That's a hold against Kenosha Tremper,
Flag on the play,
and that's going to cost him 10. My goodness. Tremper, when they've been able to move the ball, has stepped on their own toe. And that's going to back it all the way out to the 36-yard line of Kenosha Tremper, where it's going to be 2nd and 22. One to the near, one to the far. Przanski. Again going under center. And that's 12 men on the field. Illegal procedure. That's going to be Tremper, and it's going to be another 5. These are mental errors. And this is how, when you're down by 42, your head just isn't in it. So that's going to back this up to about the 26 if they mark it off. 2nd and 27, they're going to take it at the 31. Tries to hand it off to Daniel on inside, up the middle. No, nothing. They're going to say he crossed the 30, and that's it. 3rd and long. They need to go all the way to the 42-yard line of Indian Trail for the first down. Is that 28 yards? Tremper, one to the near, one to the far. Too much time. And they're going to stop it with a timeout. 2:30 left to play, third quarter, 42-0 Indian Trail. Be right back.
I see no defeat.
No defeat.
I have the best
In me.
in me.
So I require the best.
Warriors like us.
We make our own. We make our own destiny.
We make our own destiny.
We push back in the face of adversity.
We turn up the heat. Is it in you too?
Make your move. Make your move.
Make your move.
Make your move.
Coming back out of commercial. Tremper. Przanski. He's in trouble. He's able to step out of it. Give him credit. He took the hit and he dished it out, hitting number 11, Mazinet. He took him on, fell forward, able to get a little bit, but not enough. It's going to be 4th and 21. So Tremper's kicking team comes back on, and again, I hate to bring it up, but they've had problems all night with the long snapper. The hang time from the snap has been longer than the punt. High, slow, watch out for this, almost, as that was a floater. And a great opportunity, and we saw Ganchero come up, I'm sorry, it would have been Moyo for Indian Trail coming up and making that catch. And that's what we're talking about. That was a great job coming out and not allowing that to hit the ground. You never let that hit the ground unless it goes over your head, and then you leave it alone. Where it goes from that point. Dagan hands it off to number 24, Minor. Minor crosses the 45, or they're going to say he was on the 45. That's a gain of a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8. 45 seconds left to play, third quarter, rolling clock, 42-0, Indian Trail. Dagan. One to the near, one to the far, cause an audible. Out of the gun. Motion. Pitches it. A lot of room to the 40, to the 35, and out of bounds. That is number 18, Delquest.
Dahlquist on the reception.
Delquest, number 18,
That's the end of the
on a
third
nice
quarter.
little rollout. That's the end of the third here at Amici Field. 42-0 Indian Trail. Be right back.
You can still help support the football team.
Fiction Skateboards have been in business since 2015 and skating since 1988. Located in Twin Lakes, Wisconsin, we are veteran and family owned. Fiction Skateboards is active in giving back to the community while also growing the skateboard scene in the area. Visit Fiction Skateboards in Twin Lakes for all your skateboarding needs. Hot Government. Hot government refers to honest, open, and transparent government. Our mission is to provide and support honest, open, and transparent government with the intent of allowing citizens to monitor, assess, assist, and hold it accountable, securing your vote by protecting the integrity of elections. For more,
For some students, the struggle to make up what was lost continues. Academic doubts may linger, but the class has to keep moving whether your child gets it or not. At Sylvan, our teachers have the time to give the individualized support each student needs. We'll focus on exactly what your child needs to get caught up with grades and confidence. Wherever your child needs to go, we can help get them there. If you're ready to prioritize your child's education this year, get all the information you need by going online and searching Sylvan Learning of Kenosha.
And we have Callow coming in for the fourth quarter for Indian Trails at quarterback. Hands it off as we see that Indian Trail moving down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line, and it's going to be second and inches. Callow out of the shotgun. One to the near, one to the far. So Dagan has a seat on the bench. Callow to number 5. That's Casey. Bounces through the middle and then to the outside. Crosses the 20-yard line to the 19. Callow, an excellent athlete overall. Must be amazing to look and say he's a second-string quarterback. Just about anybody in the state would he could start for. But when you have Dagan, what do? Callow gives it to the man, number 5. Casey rumbles. Coming up on the 10. See where they mark it. They're going to mark it at about the 13-yard line. And it's going to be 2nd and 4. Callow out of the gun. A little move there by Casey. Casey stopped his momentum to be able to get the handoff. That was not clean. And that was a gain. Oh, I'm not even going to call it a gain. We're going to call it a 3rd and a short 4. 9:42 left to play, 42-0 Indian Trail. Callow holds it, comes across, and I think he fell past the 10 to the 9, and that would be enough for a first down and to go 1st and goal. Callow looked to hand that ball off, and he said, nobody's here. So Callow tucked it in and was able to pick his way through, falling forward for a big first down to keep the ball away from Kenosha Tremper and to keep the 0 for his defense. Makes it easy if you don't even have to go on the board on the field. Callow out of the gun, hands it off. Casey, did he fall in? No, I don't see a mark yet.
Casey with a touchdown.
And I still don't see him saying it, but he was well in for a touchdown for Indian Trail. We have that by number 5, Casey, in just a moment. Ball's up. And good. 49-0. If we can go to that instant replay of number 5, Casey, taking it in.
I'd like to give a huge thank you to our video board sponsors. They are Advocate Aurora Health.
Or not.
Kamosi Construction.
Oh, yeah, that's the instant replay.
Culver's, Gateway Mortgage, Heating and Cooling Solutions, McTurnan Wireless, Pullman Motors, Profit Wealth Management.
So you're going to see a Callow handing it off to number 5, Casey. Slow motion here.
Tremper Athletics.
Now watch Casey. Well, I love computers when they work. I don't when they don't. It's okay. You know, that's what the alcohol bottle is for, when the computers don't work. So here we are, 49-0, Indian Trail. Rolling clock, 8:50 left to play. Here we go. So that was picked up by number 4, Archie. Crosses the 30-yard line and goes down. So here we go. 8:34 and ticking. Remember, rolling clock. 49-0, Indian Trail. All Indian Trail from about 1 minute left in the first quarter. They had a gear. They just shifted it in, and you look, and it was a 42-point lead. Przani at the line. Przanski, I should say. Under center. 3 to the near. And hands it. And Sulko has come in for Kenosha Tremper, at least for one play. Sulko, the sophomore quarterback, and he is. So he's going to go in now for Przanski. So Sulko, 6 foot, 180-pound freshman, sophomore, sorry. Sulko comes across on the keeper, across or to the 40-yard line. And that's a gain of 3, and it's going to be 3rd and 4. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Welcome to WGTD Sports. Join us every Friday night during season. So good to be back. Sulko under center. Hands it off to number 24, Koronen. And he's pushed backwards. That's going to be a loss. I think they're going to take it all the way down to about the 31-yard line. Or back to the 31-yard line anyway. No, they're going to say it's inside the,
Loss of 4, it's 4th down.
the 35 to the 34. And it's going to be 4th and 8. Sulko comes in with the play. Always a good opportunity to be able to have the sophomore get experience. You never want games like this, but if you do, you use them as a teaching moment. Sulko. He drops back and he takes the hit. He's a big kid. He did not go down right away. That sack is from number 13, Costello. Costello on the hit.
Sacked by Costello.
But you look and say he did not go. Sulko impressed me right there. Costello had to drive him down to get him down. And it's going to be turned over on downs, Indian Trail ball. .520. So next week, Tremper has to play Franklin, one of the best teams in the state next week, as now number 25 for Indian Trail. That's Garrity. He's a sophomore. He is 6 foot, 160 pounds. Nice move all the way inside the 20 to the 19. So Nathan Garrity now in at quarterback. They're now on the in their third in depth chart. Third down. Garrity with the ball. Able to take it across. He should have a first down if I'm not wrong. That big offensive line just moved everybody back about 4 yards. They're going to take that ball at the 17-yard line. First down.
First down, ITA.
Indian Trail. And again, thank you so much for joining us and staying with us. 2 to the near, 2 to the far. Garrity under center, or I should say out of the gun. We have motion. He's going to keep it. Great little move inside the 10, the 5. And they say he's going to be out at the 2. They're going to say out at the 2 for Garrity, the sophomore. 3:33 left to play on the rolling clock. 49-0. Indian Trail has gone all the way down to their sophomores. And they're playing ball. Do not be discouraged or do not think it's wrong to do this. This is how they learn. Garrity with the ball. Touchdown, Garrity. Garrity with the big touchdown. And again, I know a lot of people look and say, well, sportsmanship. No. Sportsmanship would be bad sportsmanship if they had kept their first string in and they'd be running the score up. They didn't do that. They went from first string to second string to third string. They're playing sophomores. You expect them then to play their best football. That's how they learn. Good snap. Ball's up. And good. As Zadowski makes the extra point, and he's got an ice bath for that leg waiting for him. 56-0.
The extra point is good.
2:58 left to play. Indian Trail will go to 3-1. Tremper will go to 0-4. And if you look down on the field, the coaches are doing a real good job, Kenosha Tremper, of trying to keep the kids in the game. Plain and simple, they've got to keep their mind. If they can't do it when things are bad, they're not going to be able to do it when things are good. So Indian Trail showing that they have some real ability. They can score points, no doubt about it. And their defense, at least today, has been absolutely dominating. Couple of big turnovers. I love the defense for Indian Trail because they're constantly ripping at the ball. A Buddy Ryan defense, if you happen to be my age. Ripping that ball out. Every time you make a tackle, you go after the arms, you go after the ball. And that worked a couple of times. Kicking it off, and the hit. Oh, that was not needed. That was That was high. That was a big, big hit. That's Gooch, number 9, that made that hit, and I'm just glad everybody's okay.
Tremper takes over 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line.
I know a punt returner is fair game, but that hurt. And when you're up by 56, I don't know if it's ever necessary, but especially if you're up by 56. 56-0 if you're just joining us. Where have you been? It has been the Indian Trail evening. Coach is calling everybody over for Kenosha Tremper. Waiting to see exactly what's going on here.
Timeout Trojans.
Timeout. Kenosha Tremper. Be right back.
For some students, the struggle to make up what was lost continues. Academic doubts may linger, but the class has to keep moving whether your child gets it or not. At Sylvan, our teachers have the time to give the individualized support each student needs. We'll focus on exactly what your child needs to get caught up with grades and confidence. Wherever your child needs to go, we can help get them there. If you're ready to prioritize your child's education this year, get all the information you need by going online and searching Sylvan Learning of Kenosha.
And we're back. 2:11 left to play. Remember, no 2-minute warning in high school football. Tremper with the ball. And can't have anything going on. That's Sulko. Sulko tried to bounce out wide. Did not work for him. Loses 1. Back to the 29-yard line. $56-0. All Indian Trail. You could have said that it was the Dagan Network. Sulko, the sophomore, under center. He keeps it. And nowhere. Falls forward over the 30, and they're still ripping at the ball. That's what I'm talking about, this defense. This defense is constantly going after the ball. And they like the goose egg. Sulko comes back with the play. So Sulko out of the gun. Nope, under center. And hands it off. Nowhere. At the beginning of the game, I said that the team that controlled the line of scrimmage, the Hogs, would win this game. Indian Trail dominating both sides of the ball at the line. Maybe one more play. I didn't see when they put the football down. Otherwise, they're just going to let it run out. And that's it. That's going to be the final play of the game. Indian Trail victorious over Kenosha Tremper, 56-0. If you didn't enjoy the game, I hope that you at least enjoyed the broadcast. I'm Bob Haggerty. This is WGTD Sports. Join us next week. We'll let you know about the game as well as the time, and we'll go from there. WGTD Sports. Have a great night and even a better weekend. Good night, everybody.
That concludes tonight's game. The final score, 56-0. Join us in 2 weeks from tonight when Tremper battles the Eagles of Racing Case in our homecoming game. Please have a safe trip home, be careful in the parking lot, and a relaxing and enjoyable weekend. Good night, everyone.